Have you ever wondered what the best way to react is when someone disrespects you in public or makes an unpleasant joke that makes you feel belittled? How can you gain respect when confronting a person who is used to despising others? In this video, we will analyze various psychological strategies and behavioral suggestions that, if applied, will allow you to successfully handle these situations and immediately gain the respect of others. So make sure to watch this video until the end, because you will discover exactly how to react when someone tries to humiliate you in public. Let's start by exploring the reasons why you find yourself in this situation and why your presence might not be respected as it should be. Often this does not depend on personal hatred, contempt, or aversion, but rather on the intrinsic opportunism of some people. People of this type continually seek to advance at the expense of others. They are often present in friend groups and workplaces and use people as steps to climb the social ladder. Their goal is always to stand out at your expense. However, to prevent being exploited in this way and becoming their target, it is crucial to start enforcing respect for yourself. But what exactly does it mean to earn respect? It does not imply forcing others to respect you, but rather preventing them from exploiting you to shine. If necessary, you should be willing to distance yourself from an environment where your presence is not adequately respected. However, it is preferable to avoid reaching this point. Therefore, we will provide you with some tips on how to handle situations where someone denigrates you in front of colleagues, friends, or family members. Before continuing, we invite you to support our work by liking this video and subscribing to the Pearls of Wisdom channel if you haven't already. Now, without further ado, let's move on to the first tip. First tip: it is crucial to make a good impression from the first meeting. When you meet someone, stand up and establish eye contact before shaking hands. Remaining seated while someone greets you can cause the other person to look down on you, creating an image of submission. Additionally, many people tend to look at the interlocutor's hand during the greeting instead of maintaining eye contact. Staring at hands instead of eyes can cause your head to tilt slightly downward, further accentuating an impression of submission. Therefore, when someone approaches to greet you, stand up and maintain eye contact during the greeting. Second tip: during a conversation in public, if someone interrupts you, it is important to stare intensely at that person with a firm look. The person will stop when they feel your determined gaze. At that point, politely ask for permission to resume the conversation from where you were interrupted using phrases like, "May I continue?" or "Can I pick up where I left off?" This attitude will make the interlocutor understand that their interruption was disrespectful, prompting them to allow you to continue and realize the importance of not interrupting again. This technique is extremely effective in public, and often it is not even necessary to adopt an intimidating look. It is enough to maintain a steady and natural gaze. The person will understand they need to stop talking as soon as they perceive that all attention is directed toward them. Third tip: if you are in a group of friends and someone makes a joke intending to humiliate you, follow these steps. First, do not react. Pretend you didn't hear or understand the joke. Then look at the person and ask them to repeat what they said. For example, "Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Can you repeat that?" This way you will show that the joke didn't affect you at all, and you can turn the situation around by making the person who made the joke uncomfortable with the unexpected request. At that point, the person will have two options: quickly change the subject or try to repeat the joke. However, a repeated joke loses much of its comedic impact. By acting this way, you not only escape an embarrassing situation, but also turn the situation around, putting the person who tried to denigrate you in difficulty. Now let's move on to the fourth tip. This is a psychological trick used by Thomas Shelby. Pay close attention when someone tries to provoke or anger you. Follow this method to show that you don't intend to fall into their trap. Ask a question or make a comment completely out of context with the current discussion. For example, you might ask, "Do you know a place nearby to get a coffee?" Or say, "I think I overdid it with the perfume today." It is important that everything appears as natural as possible so that the other person does not suspect that you are doing it on purpose. This can cause the person to fall into their own trap of provocation. Now let's move on to the fifth and final tip. At the beginning of this video, we stated that people are not obligated to respect you, but you are not obligated to tolerate disrespect. If you notice that people are not willing to respect you, apply this last tip. Withdraw, walk away. If you realize there is no respect for your presence, it is better to be remembered for your absence than to tolerate a devalued presence. Now we ask you, have you ever faced one of the situations described in this video? How did you react? Share your experience or reflection in the comments. We will read them all. See you in the next video.